What's up, guys? In this video we make this winch plate and front bumper.
Let's get started.
Alright, quick little rundown. Here's our winch. Here's our 1/4 inch thick winch plate. Here's the place where that has to go. And I'm gonna want to cut this bumper at like an angle so it looks a little better. I mean, we got that serial number and that like cheese hole I want to get rid of. So we have some obstacles. So basically I don't want this winch plate to get in the way of anything, and I can't use this metal because it's connected to the steering box. So if this does flex, it's kind of gonna screw everything over. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out a plate, I'm gonna weld it along here, as well as the sides here and here. The only problem is I got these bolts and these bolts at the access. Alright, so we got 6 1/4 from here to here and 28 1/2 from like here to there. I got that marked out on this. You can see those lines. So now, hopefully this isn't too bad to cut through, but I'm not looking forward to this. It's pretty thick stuff, so just chop it up, I guess. Alright, so here it is. After a lot of cutting, we got it out. So now what I gotta do is I gotta clean off these edges. I'll drop it in the Jeep, hopefully. Alright, so I want this to be right up against here so I can get some good like stitch welds, or maybe even weld it completely. Got a little gap there, but I'm not too concerned about that because I can just press it down. Or actually, no, I can't bend this. So, see this weld right here? That's blocking this from going all the way forward. So I think what I need to do now is notch this out right here. Alright, so we're good here and here. So we got that even gap, more or less. So I guess the next thing I gotta cut out is this grill right here. See that right here? This piece? So I gotta cut boom, 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 something like that. Alright, so here she is. We'll have to mock this up on the car and see how she fits. Alright, well, definitely overkill, but at least that gives me room to like box this in and tie all this into this metal piece here. So yeah, and I can definitely, there's no doubt that I can take this grill out, so that's good. Okay, the next thing, if I can lift this, bolt there, same on the other side. So we're gonna have to do some surgery on this to get those out. I'm also gonna check, because the thing is, I don't want to cut a slot exactly where I need to bolt the winch. So I gotta check that. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I swear I didn't do this on purpose, but let's see if I can get in here. See that? This is the hole I cut for the grill, and that is exactly where the hole needs to be. So, like, it is literally as close as it could possibly be. So that's rather fortunate that I just got super lucky and that it fits in the middle exactly where those holes have to be. So probably should have checked that before, but I got lucky. So alright, so here's this. Now I gotta do the other one that's over here. Alright, so I had to lengthen that a little bit so you can get a ratchet on there. But now that's done, so now I gotta do the one here, here, and here. Alright, so there it is. So we got these two cut. Now we just gotta do this one and that one. Alright, so as you can see, it's kind of tight, but I can still fit a socket on here and it can spin. But I do want to grind it down. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to clean up all like these edges and stuff. Alright guys, this is looking pretty good. We need a die grinder. Alright guys, it's looking all cleaned up. So, put it back on the Jeep and mock up our holes, I guess. Alright, so now we need some like gusseting for the back. So I made little templates. We got one here for each side, one here for each side, and then one here for each side. So, it'll be fine. It'll do the job of keeping it in. I'm not going to go all the way back here. I think here, here, and here is going to be plenty. Alright, so now what we're doing is we use drill bits to punch through there. And we're gonna, that's for our holes, so we can mock this up to drill. Do it.
I'm doing it.
Yes.
Oh.
Alright, so we're about to drill our winch plate holes, so we're just making sure they're really straight. And then I've got all our little gussets, or I don't know if they'd be called gussets, but I got them cut out. I'm gonna smooth them down real quick on our bench grinder. Alright, got all these cleaned up. I mean, not super quality because they're just gonna be under the car. And now we got our 4 holes drilled. So we're checking for fitment just to make sure before we continue. Alright, so we have these holes drilled enough so I can put the punch through. Then I put the punch through and hammered it. So now you can see we got here, 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 and here are where I need to have access to fit a ratchet. Some issues are This one is these two are literally right on the corner. So I'm either gonna have to drill that or just cut a slot. The only problem is I don't know if I get the angle grinder in here because this bumper is welded directly to the frame. Okay, I came to the conclusion I'm just wasting my time here. So now what I'll do is I'll draw out some squares to cut out. Probably I don't want to weaken this plate too much, but like honestly, if I have the winch, the 1/4 inch winch plate attached to it and welded back here and here, I think I'm not gonna be worried about the integrity of this at all. So if anything, it'll be way stronger than before. It's not pretty, but it's cut, so now I gotta figure out some way to do the other two. Alright guys, the carnage is complete. I'll definitely be able to get a ratchet in there now. And the good news is I retained this piece that can go right in here, and I got this piece that can go right in here, so at least I can weld that up. So I think what I'll do now is I'll weld up like that, where I overcut, and then I can just grind this piece down and get it ready for welding. Alright, so I'm not super concerned about how this looks because I'm just going to cover it up with the plate, but it's looking pretty good. So now what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to grind down these edges and we'll get ready to weld on our big plate. Alright, so our winch is bolted in just for mock-up, and you can see that we got our hole bolt there, bolt there, bolt there, and bolt there. So now we noticed that looks kind of gross, so we're going to file that down and then we'll weld her in. Alright guys, so this is probably one of like the strongest things I've ever welded, and it's probably way overkill, but at least I know for a fact this is literally never gonna break. Like, I'm sure the frame will cave in before this comes off. So, I mean, yeah. I got welds there, I got my truss welded there, here, that side piece, this side piece, here, and then there, and then all around the side, and then the entire front. So this isn't going anywhere. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to wait for this to cool down and we'll bolt our winch up. Alright guys, so we got our winch bolted up. It's super solid. Okay, so now we're drawing out our lines for where to cut our front bumper. Let me step back so you can get a look. The problem, literally the only thing, nothing is straight on this bumper that whoever owned this before hacked together. The only thing we know for sure that is straight is the frame. So we got a mark there, mark there. This is the center of the two marks. So then from the center of the frame, in theory, we got same distance from there to there, and same distance there to there, stuff like that. Just try to replicate the same angle. I think we decided that we're gonna box this in because it doesn't look that good. So I think we'll just box it in like from here out. Alright, so the first panel we're gonna do for boxing in is this one right here. So I got that locked up right there. So we'll just cut out 2 of those. Alright, so now that we have this tacked on, the next thing we're going to be doing is this little template right here. So I'll cut 2 of these out. Alright, so we're also trying to get rid of these ugly things. Yeah, like that side. So now what we're going to do is we're going to yank that off. And then I got this plate right here. That's going to go on the back of this piece.
Okay, so we got that welded on. Now all left to do on this side is to box in the corners. Okay, so we just bent this pipe to go across the front of the bumper, in front of the winch. So then we just used an angle finder right here to make sure they're both bent at the same angle. You have to do half on this side just to make sure you have the right angle.
Alright, so we're looking good here. The last thing we gotta do is our little bull bar. Alright, so here's our kind of bull bar thing. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut off this long end, probably at the same length of that. That way we can kind of get a feel for what position we're gonna want to be. Alright, so here's this. I'd like it to be a lot shorter, but we're working on it. So see the angle here? That needs to go down a little bit so it sits perfectly flush. And we're also going to angle it forward this way a little bit. And then I'm also working on some brackets for the fair lead so we can mount this directly to our bumper. Alright, so now I'm drilling out the holes for the fair lead mounts. Yeah, get that done.
Alright guys, thanks for watching.
Yeah, I think this turned out really good. So stay tuned for future build updates and weekly uploads. Be sure to subscribe.